Sec, let me fix. Uh, move that camera there, and there we go. All right, so I am back again. Like I said, because since I do have this week off, I do kind of want to get back into streaming. So I am trying to stream at least almost every night. If not, maybe take like a day or two off. But I am trying to stream at least every week. I mean, every day this week. So, as you can definitely tell from the title, what we'll be doing today is. Give me one second. My sounds different. Um, okay, that's better. All right. Yeah, so as you can tell, I wanted to do something because I had gotten this game during the Black Friday sale that they were having. I think I had gotten one, but I didn't get the other one. So, and funny enough, with the anime finish at this point, the final episode posted out on streaming platforms. At least for not the dub. The sub is pretty much done, complete. With that, the anime is completely done. We're just waiting for the last like 2 or 3 episodes dubbed. But pretty much at this point, the anime is complete. So I thought, it'd be fun and funny to play a game similar, if not pretty much in celebration of pretty much the anime finishing, completing up, getting its full story. Um, I did hear kind of rumors that there could be like not a spin-off. What's the I mean, 'cause they had a spin-off, which is the Vigilante, which I haven't watched yet, but I heard it's actually really good. Um, no, what's the right word? Sequel. There we go. That there might be like a sequel to My Hero, kind of following the next generation, which will be interesting and seeing what that's about. Maybe we'll see it through maybe one of the kids that Midoriya got to know and are now like at this point they would be in their teens. Because I know there is like a huge time skip once they get to like the final episode where they go through the rest of the school, they graduate, and then there's like a almost 10-year time skip when they're like adults, everyone's in their field and whatnot. So like I said, I haven't watched the anime myself yet. Final season, I'm actually gonna go start rewatching season 7 tomorrow. So once the last few episodes of the dub comes out, I'll watch the final season, see what that's about. Because at least from what I've heard, this final season was wild. And I did talk about this yesterday that people were, at least from what I've heard, or basically I could say from what I didn't hear, that people didn't really hate the ending, at least for this. People kind of enjoyed what they did for the ending compared to what the ending in the manga was. So I am interested in kind of seeing what the difference is between, what they did for the anime compared to what the manga did. It's kind of like what they did from Attack on Titan. A lot of people didn't like the first original ending that they did, and then they did like a second ending that people were more okay with. And I don't remember if the anime did the second ending or they made like their own separate ending that people were happy with. But yeah, so with that, give me one quick sec. Let me hop over to our gaming. Let me fix myself. Yes, need the on. There we go. Alright, and then the game. Oh, let me actually turn off the music. Because you want to hear the game. So yeah. So from my what the hell? Why did I hop to a different screen? I didn't do that before. Sorry, that was weird. Why it went to my... It went to a different screen than what I'm trying to get it onto. I might have to do this. Also, I've never played any of these just My Hero 1 Justice games. I know there's two out. We'll be playing the first one. I do have the second one, and I'm not sure if it's already out or if it's in the works. But I did hear that there's a third one. And from my understanding, I think it's kind of similar to what the Naruto Ninja Storm games kind of did. How the first, how each one kind of came out around certain arcs of when the anime was still going on. So each game just kind of, at least main story wise, went up to that certain point, up into wherever the anime maybe was ending, well, not ending, God, kind of like where they stopped, whatnot. That's what it's like, four of them. Each one covers like certain arcs, so like you literally have to go through each one to play and to go through the whole story. So my understanding, at least for this, is that at least this first one covers, if you're going it by like seasons or by the anime, I believe it should cover like the first two seasons. The second game is, I believe, is supposed to cover season like three, four, and I think maybe five. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that. And then this last one is supposed to like, well, finish up pretty much the rest of the story. So, with that, let's actually try this again and get this sorted up. Dang it, it did it again. Why is it doing that? Why is it going to a different screen? It wasn't doing that before when I was testing the game. I'm sure the game is freaking out. It's probably like, why does this girl keep loading and unloading the game? Because it's acting weird. Mm, mm. Or, you know what I could do? Uh, get that. Click on it again. Let me. Yeah, whatever. Give me a sec. I think I can change the screen and then I can move it. I don't know why it's doing this. It was popping up on the screen I wanted. Because I am using like three monitors now, so. Also, I need to turn down the music. The game is so loud.
このモードはヒーローの活躍を操作の設定やサウンドの調整を行えるよ。キーボードの設定を変更するよ。サウンドの設定を変更するよ。
There we go, that's better. Good God, so loud.
緑谷いつくです。音量の設定を行うよ。どうかな
That's better. And sound effects were turned down as well.
この設定で問題なさそうだね。グラフィックの設定を変更するよ。この設定で問題なさそうだね。この設定で問題なさそうだね。この設定で問題なさそうだね。
Ah, I thought that would work. It's not doing what I thought.
この設定で問題なさそうだね。
Okay, so I'm just gonna have to. Give me a sec. Alright, I'll just have to move the camera there. Okay, I see the game, but I don't see this.
この設定で問題なさそうだね。操作の設定やサウンドの調整を行えるよ。
Oh, there it goes, finally. Alright, and with that, so here we are. So with that, we're gonna hop into the story mode. Yep, story mode, play through the story of My Hero Academia. Attack collisions occurs when attacks collide. Like epic clashes, attack collision will make both attacks bounce off each other, canceling them out. That was fast. Guarding is all well and good when you need to step back and wait for an opening strike, but if you do it too much, you deplete your guard gauge and suffer guard break, leaving you wide open. Don't be so defensive. Oh, we're just hopping in. Oh. Oh, so we're just hopping in, and this is the fight they had in season 3. Ooh, this is gonna be crazy.
世界総人口の約8割が何らかの超常能力、個性を持っている世界で、かつて誰もが空想し憧れた職業が脚光を浴びていた。
I just turned my mic down a bit. I wanted to make sure it wasn't too loud. Okay, that should be good. You know what? I'll turn the game volume down just a little bit too.
ヒーロー。それは頂上への敬意。 悪意からの防衛、市民の生活を脅かすヴィランたちから僕たちを守ってくれる存在、そして名実ともにナンバーワンヒーロー、誰もが認める平和の象徴。僕は彼に心の底から憧れていたんだ。
It's just crazy to think how long
古い動画
the anime was going for, and the fact that now we like pretty much the series is done. We're done with the main story. I remember when this anime had just came out, people were hyping it up, were going crazy over it, especially when season 2 came out. Oh man.
もう大丈夫。なぜって私が来た。
彼の名はオールマイト。どんな状況でも笑顔を絶やさず人々を救ってくれる最高のヒーロー。そんな彼が言ってくれたんだ。無個性の僕でも
It is all we've learned since then. It's crazy.
そして受け継いだ彼の個性、ワン・フォー・オールを。夢は現実に。これは僕が最高のヒーローになるまでの物語だ。
And this loading with Uraraka is so cute. She was like, it was and it is still one of my favorites.
ストーリーモードの始まりだ。一種宿命の対決ってやつさ、心してかかれ。シークレットと呼ばれるボーナスを獲得するために特定の条件があるものも存在するみたいだぜ。かませ。
Oh, that's when we're starting? Okay, so we're not even starting in the very beginning like I thought. Give me one sec. Now I sound kind of low. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it as is. Okay, so at least from my understanding, I thought we were gonna start from like episode 1 and pick it up from there. No, we're picking it up basically right after the sports fest in season 2. And actually we're even picking it up later than that. We're picking it up right when they go on their first internships. This is where Midoriya meets Gran Torino, learns about him and his connection to All Might. And kind of how to learn his power a bit more. Because, basically at this point, he has the power, but he just keeps destroying his body throughout, so the fact that the game picks up from here, it's actually very interesting. Okay, so it's pretty much picking up, so we pretty much skipped all of season 1 and like half of season 2. That's where this game is starting.
いよいよ始まった職場体験。僕はオールマイトの元他人でプロヒーローグラントリノの元へ行くことになったんだけど。
Okay. Bizarre. Gran Torino appears. Our internships has finally begun. I've been assigned to work with Gran Torino, All Might's old teacher, but I'm worried how it'll go. Alright, and then that's your
さあ始まるぞ少年。君だけの夢に突き進め。
Izuku Midoriya.
君はヒーローになれる。
Excuse me.
クルセールトラ
Izuku Midoriya, Origin. It all starts here, my boy. Go after your dreams, you can become a hero. Plus Ultra.
いよいよ始まった職場体験。僕はオールマイトの元。
ストーリー。
Alright, let's start. Jumping in mid-air jumps. While you can dash or attack from a jump, you can also do a second jump in mid-air to get additional up. God dang it. These things move so fast. I don't know how they expect people to read this. Excuse me.
遊泳高校の一大イベント、遊泳体育祭から数日。オールマイトの担任だったヒーロー、グラントリノから職場体験の指名をもらった。 期待に胸をくくる。名前を言っても
Whoops.
どれだ君は年寄りって全然通じてない。相当なお年とはいえ、これはやばいぞ。
Oh, I remember that.
年寄りって誰なんだ？
He kept saying his name wrong. That was funny. I remember that.
僕、早く力を扱えるようにならなきゃいけないんです。俺まではもう時間が残されてないから。
Right, 'cause I remember at this point, Deku, you know, as learning. Well, after the fight in season 1, he has even less time to be All Might. Before, when they met, I believe it was only 3 hours he could be All Might with. Be in like in his All Might form that everyone knows him as. But after the fight in season 1, it got shortened like a lot. I think to the point like I think at most it's like 30 to 45 minutes that he is able to be in his All Might form. So it like I remember it was like a crazy number. It like decreased to from like 3 hours to just like maybe half an hour at most. So, you know, that also kind of pushed Midoriya to want to learn and how to control his power better, because basically at this point, whenever he uses the power, he's just breaking all his limbs, his bones, it's destroying his body. So.
だったらなおさら撃ってこいや、受精卵小僧。修行だ修行。
Oh, what?
それら始めるぞ。受精卵小僧。
Alright.
全ての攻撃方法を確認したら教えてくれ。
Once you learn all the ways.
力の使い方が点でなっとらん。あの正義バカ。オールマイトは教育に関しちゃ素人だからな。見てらんねえから俺が見てやるってんだ。さあ撃ってこいや。
Shit. Damn it. Okay, what am I missing? don't know how to do this one. Come on. Oh, that's what that was. I just hadn't hit him with it. Gotcha. Yeah, in the anime, he whooped his butt.
一方グラントリノは僕にわずかなヒントを残し、のんびりご飯を買いに出かけてしまった。これが憧れオールマイトの死、グラントリノの下での職場体験の始まりだった。
Heroic Deco ears. Unlock, fulfilled, hidden condition, and bizarre gratitude appears for purchase. Oh, okay. Normal mode allows you effortlessly unleash varied combos that weave together quirk specials and mid-air attacks by simply pressing the normal button repeatedly during combat. Manual mode allows you to execute combos by hand using the normal attacks.
いよいよ始まった勝負。グラントリノにヒントをもらった僕、もっとワン・フォー・オールをフラットに考える。一体どうすれば。
Getting the knack. Gran Torino gave me a hint. I need to figure out how to use all for one more evenly throughout my body. But how the heck do I do that?
翌日、グラントリノにアドバイスをもらった僕は、深夜の自主練でボロボロになっていた。朝ごはんの用意をしても、頭の中はワン・フォー・オールでいっぱい。たい焼きをうまく温められずに怒られてしまった。だけど、グラントリノの一言で思いついた。イメージは、電子レンジのたい焼き。これかもしれない。
Right, I figured that's how he learned to control the power.
一部にしか伝わってなかった熱がまんべんなく伝わるイメージ。全身常時身体許容上限 5%。
Yeah, that's crazy. The fact that he was only able to start off at 5%. But still, 5% was crazy. Even though it was only 5%, 5% was still wild. How strong it was.
さてどうするかさてどうするかとりあえずは俺に一発入れてみなフルスウルトラを放てオールを全身に張り巡らせた状態そいつを維持して守ることや今までの俺と一線を画すもう一度直ってこい攻撃を当ててフルスウルトラゲージを垂れろこちらやるね
Are we on the... Oh. 締めに一発撃ってこいやフルスウルトラを放て That's what I'm pressed. I missed. Dang it, I missed again. Alright.
やるしかないんだ今だおいフルカウレ
惜しいたった一回の思考で前回とは劇的に変わった久々に本気で避けた通にかすったこいつは負けるかもな
ひょんなことから新しい技
Yeah, it was crazy how he figured it out how to do that, but whatever works.
練習しなきゃその前に朝ごはん食べないと
Half Deku Mask.
グラン新技フルカウルの特訓に明け暮れていたグラントリノと僕そして特訓はフェーズ2へだけどその頃ホスしては
Struggling. After spending all our time on full cowling training, Gran Torino and I are moving on to phase 2. But something ominous lurks over Hoshu City. Right, this is where the League of Village attacks the town, and Stain is there. And Ida is hunting him down because at this point, during the sports fest, his brother had encountered him, got seriously injured, wasn't killed, thank God. But I
職場
think
体験3日目ずっとフルカウルの特訓をしてもらっていた僕は
I'll say it after
と
this.
いうことで東京の渋谷へヴィラン退治に向かった
Right, what was I saying? Oh, that his brother ran into Stain, I think killing or trying to kill another hero. Encountered him, got effed up. Luckily wasn't killed. Or no, what was he? I think Stain was hunting his brother and like lured him in to be by himself and attacked and, seriously injured him. To the point that didn't kill him, thank God. But did like F him up so bad that I believe to the point that he could no longer be a hero anymore. Like that's how messed up Stain like fucked him up. Like from my understanding, like he was so messed up Yet he couldn't continue being a hero anymore. So with that, Ida was pretty much on his villain arc, trying to get to find Stain to avenge his brother. And also at this time, I believe, yeah, no, it's Todoroki. He was here. Had taken up his dad's offer to do his internship, but not for the reasons his dad thought, at least in this point. After, talking and fighting with Midoriya, kind of came more into terms and accepting his flame side of his powers, and finally went to go talk to his mom, which was such a sweet moment. If I'm remembering that correctly. Hero Killer. Yeah, that's his other name. Oh yeah, that was crazy when that happened.
小僧座ってろ。
何が起きた？なんだ今の？この街、ボスだよな。確か、飯田君の職場体験先。ヒーロー殺しが現れた街で、ノームが現れている。偶然にしては行き過ぎた。ということは。
And them no moves are wild. Their designs are insane.
飯田君の職場体験先のヒーローがいた。でも、飯田君は近くに見当たらなかった。もしかすると、ヒーロー殺しを見つけてしまったのかもしれない。無事でいてくれ、飯田君。
Yeah, which is crazy because and how that ended up playing out. If Midoriya hadn't found him when he did, ooh, that would have been a whole different story of what could have happened from there. That was wild. Ooh, we get to play as Ida. Cool. Remember my name well. Nomus have showed up in Hosu? That's where the hero killer appeared. Ida's missing too. I've got a bad feeling about this. No, Ida, stop. Yeah, he started playing through and he was like, from how he was acting, he was like, oh no, like shit's about to get real. Cause, at that point he had heard what happened with his brother from Ida himself. And pretty much kind of saw kind of the arc he was going through, so. Ooh, but now we get to play as Ida. Interesting. Which would make sense, because Midoriya didn't show up until a little bit after. So, getting to play as Ida for this part would make the most sense. But it was crazy too on how he tracked him down and all that. Yeah, forced him into retirement, so I was right. Like, didn't kill him, but effed him up to the point he couldn't be a hero anymore. His brother was still pretty young. Didn't look like he was that much older from Ida. But yeah. Wait. Wherever the hero killer appears in an area, he had at least 4 victims. But so far, my brother is the only one in Hoshu, which leads me to think he'll most likely strike again. Oh, I can remember that. So he'll go from city to city, and he'll hit multiple people and then move on to the next city. Interesting. I didn't remember that part in the show, but that is interesting. And so, since his brother was the first known attacked, he figured, oh, he's most definitely gonna strike again. So he'll use that knowledge, or did use that knowledge to hunt him down and track his location. Which is crazy, because I think at this point, even the police had no way of tracking him.
路地裏にその姿を見つけたがヒーロー殺しあいつも必ず
Like no one had put his like pattern together.
スーツを着た子供何者だ消えろ子供の立ち入っていい領域じゃないお前を追ってきた
こんなに早く見つかるとはな僕はお前にやられたヒーローの弟だ僕の名を生涯忘れるな人間に
Oh, that's
お前を倒
right.
せヒーローの名だ
I forgot at this point I remember this was an episode where they were all going through what their hero names were going to be. So I know Midoriya went with Deku, you know, even after, you know, kind of the negative connotation it was from Bakugo. But hearing from Uraraka that, it could make a cool hero name, kind of embraced it and decided that Deku wasn't gonna mean what it was going to mean or what it means anymore, that he was gonna change the meaning of the name Deku. But for Ida, he went with his. Wait. No, I think at first he just went with his last name. But I think as he was progressing through this, he decided that he would take on the mantle and take on his brother's name. So that's what I remember. At least from what I believe so. I think at first he went with his last name, kind of like a few other people that just went with like their first or last name. But I think throughout this, he did eventually decide to go with taking on the mantle of his brother and going with his hero name.
お前を倒せ
And Ida always looks so different to me when he doesn't have his glasses on. It throws me off. I'm like, who is this? Ooh, bitch. Oh, he stopped it. Oh, I saw I had a sword in my leg. Got him. And from my understanding, if I remember correctly, I think all his family members have this power, or at least I know like him and his brother have the same power. Okay, so that's the first time actually fighting. Like, can I?
ヒーローの弟だ兄に代わりお前を止めに来た
インゲニウム兄弟か奴を伝聞のため生かした
Oh,
お前は弱いな
I left him alive to send a message, but you're weak. I don't remember that. That was the reason why he didn't kill him? It was to leave some type of message behind? To be like, oh, I'm here, so you want to be heroes, better watch out, or something like that. Interesting. I did always, I forgot that, I mean, I knew his brother didn't die, but he was pretty much like attacked to, like, couldn't continue being a hero. But I forgot him mentioning he did it because he was trying to send a message to the world or to Hero Society.
お前もお前の兄も弱い。偽物だが。
Right.
あれはきっと兄さんは多くの人を助け
He deems everyone else as just
抱かせてくれた立派なヒーローなんだ
yeah, he deems everyone else that they're just playing hero, that they're just doing it for the fame, the money, the reputation, you know, the status. That none of them are genuinely doing it for the right reasons. That the only person he, at this point, acknowledges is a true, genuine hero, you know, doing it for the reasons that it should be done for, was All Might. And then later on, he does see the same spark in Midoriya. That, you know, he generally wants to be a hero to save lives, to, you know, protect people. That he's not really doing this for fame, fortune, or anything like that. He's doing it because it's generally something he wants to do. And he sees everyone else is just doing it as a way to get rich, or popular, or famous.
お前が潰していい理由なんてないんだ殺してやる
But that was effed up.
目先の憎しみにとらわれ、私欲を満たそうとするなど、ヒーローから最も遠い行いだ。だから死ぬんだ。
But no, this was crazy
じゃ
though.
あな、
I really thought Ida was gonna die.
社会への供物。
Or at least that he was gonna be effed up.
黙れ何を言ったってお前は兄を傷つけた犯罪者だ
Yeah, he was letting revenge feel him. Yep, and then this is when Midoriya kicked in.
に来たよいいだけ
Yeah, if Midoriya hadn't stepped in, Ida definitely would have gotten killed there. And that other hero, because was attacking another hero as well. Presidential glasses. Alright, move on to the...
新幹線乗ってたらいきなり化け物が来やがって
Ooh, we get to play as Gran Torino.
どうしたもんかな
Whirlwind of Chaos. A monster struck the bullet train while the boy and I were on our way to Shibuya. Just what in the world is going on here? But yeah, now funny enough, going through this kind of makes me want to go back and start rewatching the show from the beginning. Because I forgot just how much stuff was going on in, like, the beginning of the show. Like, it was crazy. From, you know, kind of the introduction we got in season 1 to pretty much the whirlwind we got in season 2 from on.
そこにヴィランが突っ込んできやがった。俺はそいつを連れて
Ooh, I wonder if we get Todoroki. I mean, we'll have to. He does play a part.
街中で見たのは同じように気色悪い姿をしたヴィランどもが暴れる姿だった。一般市民に手を伸ばすヴィラン。まずい。マニアか。そう思った矢先、奴らの
Right, this is when Endeavor popped up.
驚き、なんでここに
I forgot he doesn't call him Endeavor. He calls him by his last name.
申し訳ませんが、そこのご老人。俺に任せろ。
I mean, I guess. But I'm like, he called you by your last name, so he knows who you are.
さて、ガチ戦闘は何年ぶりかな
I did think it was crazy. I forgot he did that. He never called him Endeavor. He always called him by his last name, Todoroki. So it's like, the fact that he knew what your last name was should have been an indication that this man knows you. But at this point, I mean, even then, later on, once he does kind of get more of his redemption arc, I mean, at this point, Endeavor was just an asshole from what you learned he did to his family, to Shoto, I forget how you say his first name, Todoroki, we know, and just overall, just how he fucked this family all over just the upstage and up what, and try to be better than All Might. Look at this small man. Gotcha. It sounds so gross too.
時代は熱々よ。
Ah, I ended up with a B.
道路割っちまった。久々だと加減がな。
なんだ、やるじゃないか。ショートのやつ。
Shoto. There we go.
老人は今から言うアドレスへ向かってくれ。
All right. At this point,
この縁では一人で
I'm just like slowly remembering the anime at this point. Because at this point, Shoto was with his dad. But when he got that GPS alert from Midoriya, he ran off and was like, hey, whenever you're done or if there's any available heroes, send them to the address I'm heading to now. And then that's when Todoroki popped up.
この場で起きている騒ぎは轟に任せ、俺は轟の言う地点へ応援に行くことにした。
Oopsie.
見つけた。飯田君とヒーロー殺し。心魔さフル変わる。通じるか。やるしかない。僕が助けなきゃ。
Izuku to the rescue. I found Ida. He's with the hero killer. Will my full crawling work against him? I have to try. I've got to save Ida no matter what. Gonna be so cool, like halfway through, this is when Todoroki pops up, and then he kind of jumps in as a computer, and we fuck up the hero killer like they did in the show. But yeah, no, but season 1 was good, but season 2 just took it to a whole nother level.
一つ夢をしらみつぶしに探してきた。僕一人で時間を稼ぐ。いや、ヒーロー殺しを退け。
仲間が助けに来た。いいセリフじゃないか。だが俺はこいつらを殺す義務がある。ぶつかり合えば当然良い方が淘汰されるわけだが、さあどうする？
やめろ、行けろ、行ったろ。君は関係ないんだから。
そんなこと言ったらヒーローは何もできないじゃないか。オールマイトが言ってたんだ。余計なお世話はヒーローの本質なんだって。余計なお世話だとしても。
いい。
Bitch. Oh my god, is that my head? Holy shit. God, there was a dash button.
本物のヒーローになるんだ
Excellent.
Stories!
潰したぞフルカーレン体が
パワーが足りない。だが動きは悪くない。確実に仕留められるよう画策した。そういう動きだった。口先だけの人間はいくらでもいるが、お前は生かす価値がある。
Right, this is where he saw a difference in Midoriya and was like, you know what, you actually do have the qualities of a hero that I am, you know, kind of looking for. So you know what? I'm gonna let you live. But Ida and I forget what the other hero was that was there, he was like, yeah, no. They don't have the qualities I'm looking for or should have in a hero, so I'm gonna kill him. Oop, this is when Todoroki popped up.
こういうのはもっと詳しく書くべきだ。遅くなってしまっただろう。
Yeah, we get to play as Todoroki next, I'm assuming. I hope so. He means muffle. Ooh.
見つけた
遅くなってしまった。色リアです。
Yeah, we get to play as Todoroki.
詳しく書くべきだ。相当危ねえ橋だが、二人で守るぞ。
From Todoroki to Ida. Sorry I'm late. Your message was way too vague, Midoriya. It's going to be dangerous, but we have to protect them. Hell yeah, we get to play as Todoroki. Also, I'm kind of thinking, did he ever, like, get an actual hero name? 'Cause I remember when they were doing the thing, I think he just went with his first name. He didn't really think of coming up with an actual, like, separate hero name. So I wonder if maybe that changed later on. Or if he just continues to go by his name.
色リア、こういうのはもっと詳しく書くべきだ。遅くなってしまっただろう。
トトロキ君なんで君がそれにその個性
数秒意味を考えたよ。一括送信で位置情報だけを送ってきたから。
Right, he sent it as like a mass
お
text.
前なら意味なくそんなことはしねえ。なら応援呼べってことじゃねえかって。
トトロキ君そいつに血見せちゃダメだ多分血の傾向接して相手の自由を奪えみんなやられた
Right, this is when they learn what his quirk is.
そうじゃないか。インゲニウム。
That depending on your blood type, he can freeze you.
いい目だ。相当危ねえ橋だが、二人で守るぞ。
Ooh, this is, I guess this is where other people can top in.
あ、時間の無駄だ。
That was just an ass beat.
時代錯誤の原理主義だ。やめてくれ。僕はやめてほしかったね。俺がお前に言える一言。なりてえもんちゃんと言おう。
Nope, I got the legs this time. X plus Ultras. Those are special attacks performed with both sidekicks that cost 3 levels of plus Ultra gauge to execute. Consult each character's move list for details on how to trigger them. Ooh.
遅くなった僕は彼らの足元にも及ばない。ヒーローを名乗る資格などない。でもそれでも
Ooh, yeah, I didn't even look down. Yeah, the play is all boys. It's true, I can't compare to the real thing. I can't call myself a hero yet. But that doesn't mean I won't stand and fight. Ooh, I get to pick who I want to start with. Let's go with Midoriya. Mm-hmm.
なりてえもんちゃんと言おう。お前の言う通りだ。ヒーロー殺し。僕は彼らと違う未熟者だ。それでも今ここで戦わなきゃ。エクスプローンバースト。二人にこれ以上血を流させるわけにはいかない。感化され取り繕おうとも無駄だ。人間の本質はそうやすやすと変わらない。
Yeah, that's the one thing about him. He doesn't believe, like, people can change. At least, like that. He thinks that once someone is a certain way, that's just how they're gonna be. They'll never change, they'll never grow, never be better. So that's why even those who he's killed, who maybe a few were playing as hero, you know, were just doing it just to get a good paycheck or just to have the status of being a hero. There probably were a few of them who maybe at first had that idea, but after, you know, getting into the field and actually seeing it, maybe saw that they could do more than just be a basic hero, you know, pick up some quick fame and fortune, and wanted to make a change. But for him, you know, he saw their past actions as who they currently were and were always going to be, and unfortunately killed them before they could have that change. So he never knew if any of the few people he did kill at this point maybe would have changed, would have been great heroes, would have changed their mindsets and wanting to be true actual heroes. So that's why he had some good points, but his was to the extreme.
それでも折れるわけにはいかない。俺が折れれば人間ユーモアは死んでしまう。論外。論外だ。
Okay, I found it. So it's RB plus Y and B. Interesting. Whoops! I didn't mean to do that. I meant to go back.
僕は彼のストーリー
I pressed the wrong button. Yeah, we already went through this. There we go. No. No! Dang it. I was kicking his butt before. Bitch, miss me. missed. No. No, no, no. Gotcha. Oh, that was close.
本物のヒーローになるんだ。いけるか。いや、今。ありがとう。レシプロ。エクステンド。フォーレ。フリッカーレ。今は。いけ。足が。拳が。あれば。
This was a sick scene in the anime when they just knocked him out. The aftermath. The next day, we were transported to Hoshu General Hospital to be treated for our injuries. I wonder if it's gonna talk about what happened after. Oh, okay. So
個性を無断使用した僕らは本来なら規則違反で処罰
oh, they're just skipping over what just happened. So, for what I remember, after they knocked him out, they saved the hero that was there. At that point, Gran Torino and Endeavor, as well as the other heroes, had wrapped up what they were doing with the other Nomus, came to their location. But one Nomu had escaped, one that flew, and it was injured because blood was like splattering everywhere, fell on the hero that showed up, and it had popped up and it grabbed Midoriya. So they were all freaking out, didn't know what to do, how to save him. But in that moment, Stain popped up. We, of course, at this point, we thought we were knocked out for the count. Woke up, licked the blood that fell in onto the hero to, paralyze the Nomu. Jumped up, attacked it, killed it, and then went on his iconic rant about hero societies and how the only person he deemed as a hero that could, be worthy of defeating him would be All Might. And that he also, I guess, gave his stamp of approval for Midoriya, saying that Midoriya had the same qualities as All Might. So he also deemed him as a true hero, and this like freaked everyone out because he was like on straight like demon bloodlust mode. But in that moment, after all the injuries he had occurred fighting them three, I forgot what happened. It was like like a rib or something had like punctured his like lung, so he had like collapsed mid like scream and monologue. Wasn't dead, but was damn near like it was pretty serious. And then with that, it kind of wrapped up that situation. The boys were sent to the hospital where they met the chief of police, who was a dog. I don't know if they talk about that. Pretty much like reprimanding them that they weren't licensed. So even though they did do a good deed by the laws and everything, they weren't authorized to use their quirks, so they could get in really huge trouble for that. But if it had gotten out and if they had published the story as it was, so decided that they were, to get the boys kind of a leeway since they did, save someone, two people, including Ida, from being murdered. That they were going to spin the story that it was Endeavor and the other pro heroes that had found Stain and defeated him. So it wouldn't got out that three students who weren't authorized or had their hero license yet used their quirk, and even if it was a good thing, did use their quirk to seriously injure someone. Oh, they did. They showed them at least. Yeah.
思わぬ形で始まった路地裏の戦いはこうして人知れず終わりを迎えた。ただ、その影響もまた人知れず僕らを蝕んでいた。
Yeah, that fight really affected and like those three going forward. Just makes sense, but that was a wild thing they went through.
お前のことをけなげに憧れているあの子にも折を見てしっかり話しといた方がいいぞ。お前とワン・フォー・オールにまつわるすべてを。ヒーロー殺し、奴の思想は拡散し、感化される人間が必ず現れる。そして個々の悪意は、奴らのつながりが示されたヴィラン連合に集まっていく。
Because even though he wasn't connected to the League of Villains, they had spreaded that he was like someone that worked with their organization that was, approving of their cost and what they were going to do for the hero society. So they used that and his mantle to round up other villains who maybe idolized him or understood his way of thinking to get them on their side. But yeah, they totally skipped the whole part I described to the mile earlier. That was actually a crazy scene.
着実に外堀を埋めて、己の思惑通りに状況を動かそうというこのやり方。もしも信楽戸村にバクがいて、ここまでを想定して動かしていたのであれば、仙台ワン・フォー・オール所有者志村を殺し、年寄りの腹に穴を開けた男。オール・フォー・ワンが再び動き始めたと見るべきだろう。オール・フォー・ワン。奴が再び動き出した今、あの子も知るべきだろう。ワン・フォー・オールのすべてを。
A tale from the past. All for One is on the rise again and is making his move. I think it's time that Izuku learns the truth behind All for One and where it came from. Right, and at this point, we didn't really know most about the power, where it came from. and how it's connected to the villain that we were hinted at, that gave All Might his injury that he showed in season one, and what kind of crippled him over the years and slowly losing his power.
僕はオールマイトに呼び出された。伝えられたのは、ワン・フォー・オールの件で。
Which, when we got this drop, that was crazy.
それは、他者から個性を奪い、そしてそれを他者に与える個性。オール・フォー・ワンからワン・フォー・オールが生まれたこと。世を思うままとし、悪の支配者として君臨したオール・フォー・ワンが今も存在し、そして代々ワン・フォー・オール継承者が
Right,
戦
because
ってきたこと。
at this point, well, at least like towards the end of season one, All Might had believed he had killed him, to avenge him killing his master and the previous wielder of All for One. So he thought he was dead, that there was no way he was behind all this. This was just a group of villains, just, I guess, sick with hero society, and with him being the pinnacle and the symbol of hope, getting rid of him would put fear and despair in others. But slowly started learning that no, this mofo is still alive. He's hunting still All Might, and at this point, with Midoriya being the next wielder of All for One, would be going after him as well.
5年前の戦いで
Yep.
私の代でついに奴を討ち取った。
Which is crazy, because it's like, how did he... Because if All Might thought he killed him, I'm assuming he had some quirk that healed him or kept him alive.
オール・フォー・ワンを倒すため受け継がれた力。君はいつか奴と巨悪と対決しなければならないかもしれん。酷な話になるな。
オールマイトのために何が何でも答えます。あなたがいてくれれば僕は何でもできる。できそうな感じですか。
言うんだオールマイトよ。今では違うんだよ緑谷少年。私は多分その頃にはもう君のそばにはいられないんだよ。ありがとう。彼は決意を固めていってくれた。
Back at this point, he was like, yeah, there's a pretty good chance he'll come after me first. And to keep you alive, I might have to fight him with whatever little power I have left. And that fight, most 9 out of 10 will probably end in my death. So he was like, I would want and I would love to be there for you, to push you through this. This wasn't something you signed up for, getting this power, but there is a chance that he will go after me or will attack you, you being the next wielder. And 9 out of 10, we all know All Might at this point that he was not gonna just stand by and let Midoriya be targeted like that. He would step in, and then such would naturally possibly end with him being killed. Maybe even right before Midoriya's eyes. Ooh, we got the girls now. Some of them.
そんなある日のヒーロー基礎学。その内容は対人戦闘訓練で。
Excuse me. What if training session? With our internships behind us, it's back to going to class again as usual. We had combat training to do for hero basics one day, only things were a little different. Okay, so we can pick between any of the girls. We can go against Earphone Jack, Froppy, or I forgot what Yorozu's hero name was, what she went by. Let's actually go with Froppy. I love Froppy. Such a good character. Mm.
職場体験も終わり、うちらの学校生活はいつもの光景に戻っていた。そんなある日のこと、今日のヒーロー基礎学では対人戦闘訓練を行うらしい。その内容は3人1組で戦うというもの。チームはくじで決めるらしい。うちは B チーム、つゆちゃん、八尾桃と組むことになった。見事に女子が揃ったな。相手は
ジロー、俺らお前らとだ。負けねえからな。霧島、うららか。
Oh, okay.
ジャミングウェイになんて負けないっての。つゆちゃん、八尾桃、お願い。
俺はクソ強え。
She's stuck in the wall.
行くしかなくね。何がしてんだ。
落ち着けば大丈夫。音ならカタカロンが浮いてようが関係ないからね。二人ともサポートありがとね。さすがよ、京香ちゃん。ジローさん、私は何も。
そう、負けだ。埼玉はすまれ。
Oh, I was wondering, it's like, why is she acting like that? I forgot. At this point, she's like really down because even though she's one of I think it's only like 3 students in their class who got in from recommendations, that she didn't make it as high up in the sports fests like Todoroki and I forget how to pronounce Tokoyami. Guy with the black shadow or dark shadow. That yeah, because they pretty much were like the runner-ups. Well, not run. Well, yeah, because Bakugo won first place, Todoroki got second place, and Tokoyami got third place. And I want to say it was it the first round that she got knocked out? I think it was. I think it was the first round. First round of like the last part of the sports fest. She got knocked out. I believe by Tokoyami. And it like really crushed her spirits, you know. She being one of the few people who got in from recommendations, felt like she didn't live up to the expectations of herself, especially when she saw the other two students who did get in from recommendation pretty much were the top three students of that sports fest for their year. Kind of really crushed her spirits and made her feel like she maybe didn't deserve to be there or be there through recommendation like the others.
八百桃とテスト勉強していたうちたちは休憩がてら演習試験に向け組手をすることに。ちょうど爆豪と霧島組もいて。
Ooh, what if studying for finals? While studying with Momo, we decided to take a break and get in some combat practice for the practical exam. Except Bakugo and Kirishima are here too. Ooh, so I can play as Bakugo or Kirishima. Let's go with Bakugo. Let's go with Bakugo. Let's see what his fighting style is like. Which I can kind of remember from the show, but kind of like game-wise, pretty much.
期末テストも近づいてきたある日、俺は学校で爆豪にテスト勉強を教えてもらっていたが、文字通り教え殺されそうになっていた。
だから僕はこの公式使うって言ってんだろ。殺すぞクソが。分かったって、ちょっと勘違いしてただけだ。おっす、やってんなお二人さん。そうだ、今からヤオモモたちと演習試験の対策するんだ。一緒にやらね。
演習試験の対策ね。
ゾウはさすがのヤオモモでも作れないけどさ、組手ならできっかなって。爆豪、戦闘の稽古つけてくれよ。
面白そうだな。考えてばっかで疲れたしよ。おい爆豪、行ってみようぜ。
すげえ、雷。あんたなんてやつ呼んで。
いやー、ミニオン、ポニーテール。恨むんならアホ面を恨め。俺が教え殺したるわ。
半端な結果はいらね
テンション上げていくよ。
え。レディークラッシュ。フライさせたぎれ叩きつけた。
Oh, things get mob. Oh no. Probably ruined her confidence even more.
それになって青よろず相性とかもあるだろ
No.
それはまだ教え終わってねえぞ。
どうすんだよこれ。アホ面覚えてるよ。
Ooh, almost dropped my controller.
ヤオモモとテスト勉強していた。
Right?
もうすぐ期末テスト。期末には
Oh, right. I forgot.
試験があるんだけど、どんな内容なんだろう。
I forget there was like one more like kind of arc in season 2, the final exam, right before they get to the summer training camp. But final season, it's final time. We're going to have a practical exam involving live combat, but nobody knows what we'll have to do for it. Yeah, 'cause they had or some of the other students went to other grades, or like went up to the upperclassmen to see what they did last year, thinking that they were gonna just do the same thing. Thought they were, I think it's gonna fight against robots, but then they switched it up with everything going on.
夏休みも近づいたこの日、林間合宿についての説明があった。そして直前の期末テストで不合格だった人は林間合宿には行かず、学校で補習が行われるということも。演習試験の内容は当日発表らしい。一体どんな試験になるんだろう。そして演習試験当日、発表された内容は2人1組で先生と戦闘するというものだった。そのパートナーと対戦相手の組み合わせ。
Because some of the students thought that it was just going to be robots from what they did for previous years from some of the upperclassmen that told them. But comes to find out when they are starting that part of the exam that nope, they decided to change it up with everything going on and wanted to give them live combat against actual people. So decided that they would go up against the teachers. Which I'm just like, that's so fucked.
フェアの組と対戦する教師はすでに決定済み。動機の傾向や成績、親密度、もろもろを踏まえて。
Yeah, when Todoroki and Yorozu went up against Aizawa, I was like, oh, that's not going to end well. And then Midoriya and Bakugo were on the team. That was crazy. And then their opponent, freaking All Might. I was done. I was like, oh yeah, they're fucked. Especially at this point where they still are not on the best terms. They're butting heads constantly. Well, mainly Bakugo. So like their teamwork is already effed from the jump. But you know, their history together and whatnot. But then the fact that they have to go up against All Might, who even at this point, but like losing his ability, can only be in his form for a few minutes at this point. The fact that, you know, how strong he still is, how much of the power of One for All he can still tap into with this handicap, and just, yeah, that was wild that they did that. I was like, you just setting them up to be kicked and failed, because that's wild. But then again, if I remember correctly, it was either they had to defeat the teachers and put on like some restriction, like cork restricting handcuffs to pretty much symbolize that they won, or they had to make it to a checkpoint of, you know, kind of showing them that there are two ways of fighting, that you can fight, you know, an opponent if you feel you can, and it won't like put yourself or anyone else in danger, or if it's best to retreat and reach out for reinforcements. So they had those two options to either take on the teachers head on and find a way to not well kind of get them off guard to get uh the handcuffs on them, or make it to the point to say that they retreated.
もうすぐ期末テストの演習試験開始
The worst combo.
僕のペアはカッちゃんしかも相手はあのオールマイト合格するには戦闘を避けるしか
The worst combo. The practical exam is underway, and I'm paired with Kachan, and we're up against All Might too. We have to find a way to avoid fighting him somehow. Yeah, because I remember Midoriya was like, no, let's just get to the checkpoint. That's another way we can win. And Bakugo was like, hell no. We're going to take him down and prove that, well, he's going to take him down and prove he's the best.
ついに始まった演習試験目指す勝利条件は
Yeah.
相手の拘束と脱出のいずれ
Apprehend the opposing teacher or successfully
僕とカッ
escape.
ちゃんでは基本的な方針すら決めることができなかった
Bakugo's a pain in the ass, at least in, like, at this point in the anime.
意見がぶつかって口論をしていようが僕たちのことなんか待っちゃくれなかったなんだこの
やつかは危険だなんだと考えてると痛い目見るぞ私はヴィランだヒーローよ真心込めてかかってこい私が行くぞ
Like, and these teachers were going at them, not with full power, but...
大した強さ
Peace. Vince?
Holy shit
Ain't no way he just said holy shit. Oh, that was funny. That caught me off guard. I was not expecting him to say that. That was funny.
私をマジで倒す気しかないようだなそんな弱連打じゃちょい痛いだけだからなよしこっちの番だぜ
Oh, right, I remember. Yo, like, he rocked them a few times.
緑の少年の急成長だでもさ君と彼成長速度が同じなはずないだろもったいないんだ君は分かってるんだろ君だってまだいくらでも成長できるんだ黙れよオールマイトあの草の力借りるくらいなら負けた方がまだ明日
方がマスターなんて君が言うなよ勝つのを諦めないのが君じゃないか
But no, that holy shit at the end of beating him, I was not expecting him to say that.
暇すぎても練習して
That threw me for a
練習
loop.
試験が始まりました。
Ooh, we're getting the Todoroki and Momo
部屋の
fight
大きさに比べて
with
今
Aizawa.
の私に
This
で
was
き
a
ることが
this was another really like season two. Like season two was just so good. There was each arc was just incredible. The sports fest was just top tier. Then the Stain arc was just amazing. And then even this like final exam for them before the summer vacation just was so good. Season two was probably like one of the best seasons, especially when it came out. Like people, once season two hit, people were hyping up My Hero so much because it was just so good and such like an upgrade from season one. Like season one wasn't bad. Season one was good, but season two just took the series to a whole nother level of just amazing. But side story, Team Todoroki. The practical exams are underway. I'm paired with Todoroki, but compared to him, I don't know if there's anything I can do to help. I mean, I definitely do feel how Momo was feeling at this time, because we've seen what Todoroki is capable of and what he does, and just how much on a different level he is compared to everyone else. And then we have Tokoyami, and he's the other recommended student, and that he is not exactly on the same level power wise of Todoroki, but it's pretty up there. Like,
練習試験俺は八百万と組んで相沢先生と戦うことになった組み合わせ的に考えれば俺がおとりになり八百万を逃がす
man, at that point, it is a reason why they were like the top three.
考えれば常に個性を発動させ続ければこっちを見られているのも察知できる八百万に常に個性を発動してもらいながら進んでいたが気の緩んだほんの一瞬
And Aizawa.
先生の責任に気づくのが
I love Aizawa.
個性が轟ちゃんすみません。
八百万来るぞ見ろ好都合だどの道攻撃的なお前から捕まえるつもりだった話し合ってもよかったんじゃない
Oh shit. Holy shit. Damn. He is kicking my ass. Oh my god. I'm about to lose. And he's like almost... Whew, that was close. He was kicking my butt for a good bucks.
期待に応えるかアメージング
これでいいの。轟さんは無事。私はこのまま逃げ切れる。轟さんを助ける。逃げる。どうしたら。
Poor Momo. I guess she was so confused. She didn't know what to do. Her confidence was at the lowest.
相
Yeah.
自信のなさが見て取れる。轟と自分を比べ、格上と決定づけてしまっているな。
八百万戻ってきたな。悪い、聞くべきだった。これでいいかって。そういうのはお前の方が適任だった。何か策があるんだよな。
でも轟さんの策が通用しなかったのに、私の考えなんて。
そういうのはお前が適任だったって言ってるんだ。学級委員を決めた時、お前2票だったろ。1票は俺が入れた。そういうことに長けたやつだ
Okay,
と
good.
思
They
った
did
か
show
ら。
this, because I wasn't gonna talk about it if they didn't.
あります、轟さん。私ありますの。相沢先生に勝利するとっておきのオペレーションが。
Yeah, like because she was nominated to be one of the class reps. So him revealing like one of those votes that you got that made you the class rep with Ida, that one was from me because I knew you had the capabilities of handling situations that needed that expertise. So, and hearing that like really boosted her confidence back up and gave her the strength to continue on, which was so cool.
演習指揮、轟さん。私を信頼して委ねて。なのに私は言ってもない。けれど、あります。ありますの。とっておきのオペレーションが。
Yeah, Yorozu Rising. Todoroki, you trusted me, and yet I feel like such a disgrace. But I have a plan. A plan to pass our exam.
ストーリー。
私本当は考えてましたの。相沢先生に勝利するとっておきのオペレーションを。まずは轟さん、隠れるんです。2人で。そして先生が瞬きし、再び見られるまでの一瞬。轟さんはその一瞬で出せるでしょ。大胸壁を。轟さんが時間を作った隙に私の作戦を伝えました。私の想像と轟さんの個性の合わせ技。この作戦は連携が重要ですと。
いい作戦だ。文句なしだ。
勝負は一瞬。よろしいですか。ありますよ、オペレーション。
いいぜ、見せてきな。
起きご存知ですか？加熱によって瞬時に元の形状に復元する形状記憶合金ですわ。
大したもんじゃないか。
こんなすんなりいくか。さすがだ。ありがとな、八百万。
働きさん、
対峙して改めて分ける。そうだよ、この男は最強のヒーローだ。デク、誰がてめえなんかと。勝つために俺は。
Up and over. Scoring off against All Might has reminded me how strong he is. Why the hell do I have to work with Deku? I want to win, but I wonder how much is left. I can't go down any further, but that looks like that's getting into season 3. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
諦める前に僕を使うくらいしてみろよ。負けていいのって言わないでよ。
二度と言わねえぞクソナード。バカみてえなスピード相手じゃどう逃げ隠れても戦闘は避けられねえ。だったら
私は姿をくらませた少年たちを探していたら背後を爆豪少年に取られてしまった。爆豪少年の表情、緑谷少年が気に食わない。それでも腹をくくったね、勝つために。そして緑谷少年が飛び出してきた。なるほど。
That was sick what they did.
戦闘の折衷は即席にしちゃいいじゃないか。やられたぜ。そうさ、二人とも本来ならクレバーな男たち。この協力がいつかの将来必ず大いなる一歩となるはずだ。さてと、先生頑張っちゃうぞ。
もうすぐだ。もうすぐそこ脱ゲート。お前と追ってくる様子何？まさか気絶しちゃったんじゃ。
あれでくたばるはずねえだろさ。次もし追いつかれたら今度は俺のコで吹っ飛ばす。
それでそれ。
Oh, I forgot when he caught up so fast to them after that. That was crazy. Even I was like, holy shit.
全然トップギアじゃないんだぜ。さあ、くたばれヒーローだ。
Dang it. Yes. God damn.
やりすぎたかな。
gets me every time. Oh man, I was trying to do that combo move with the sidekick, but kind of hard to do.
Stories!
きりしねえが今の実力差じゃまだこんな勝ち方しかねえ。死ねかっちゃんはとっさに僕を爆風に
Yeah, it's like die.
ゴールに向けて投げた。僕がゴールするまでオールマイトを足止めするつもりで。おかげでゴール直前まで僕はたどり着けたけど、かっちゃんはボコボコにされていた。その時なぜか、かっちゃんを助けなきゃと思ってしまって、気がつくと僕はオールマイトのところまで戻ってしまったんだ。怖い時、不安な時こそ、笑っちまって望むな。どいてください、オールマイト。
Socked her right in the face.
あと一歩かけていればクリアできたかもしれないのに。そうだよ、君は助けてしまう、そういう人間だった。退治して改めて分け。
期末テストが終了し、夏休み目前。A 組から赤点が出てしまったけど、林間合宿、やっぱり全員でいけないのかな。
A rational falsehood. With finals behind us, summer break is almost here. But Team A failed. I guess that means we can't all go to the training camp together.
「一歩進んだ人、壁に阻まれた人、引きこもごもの中、期末実技試験が終了した。翌日、夏休み中に行われる林間合宿について説明があった。
今回の期末テストだが、残念ながら赤点が出た。したがって、林間合宿は全員で行きます。
Yeah, they tricked them. I remember that.
ただ、赤点は赤点だ。お前らにはベッドに報酬時間を設けてる。ぶっちゃけ。
Right, they had to do double the work. They had to take extra classes plus the training. But they did. I remember they lied, saying that anyone failed wouldn't be able to go at all. But then, tricked them into saying, "Oh, we just said that to motivate you. Everyone is still able to go, but those that did fail the final exam will have to take extra remedial classes during it. So you'll be pretty much doing double the work. You'll be doing the training, and we'll still have to do classes after."
期末テストが
期末テスト翌日、演習試験の感想戦の後、授業時間が余った私たちにオールマイトが。
What if? Fight on, girls. It's the day after our finals. After we went over how the practical exams went, we ended up spending our extra time working with All Might.
期末テスト翌日、
Alright. We haven't played as Uraraka, so let's play as her next.
期末テスト翌日、私たちは昨日の演習 VTR を見て感想
Oh, I actually remember there was a moment that happened here with Uraraka.
オールマイトはあるレクリエーションを開催したんです。
Cause her fight, I forgot who the naval boy was her partner, and they were going against the teacher that has like the black hole power, and at one point they had always made it to the entrance or exit, and they were getting trapped by their quirk, and she got distracted because he had asked her well, she was like, in her mind, she was thinking, oh, I know I can't give up. What would Deku do? And he had like picked up on it and like pretty much told her, oh, you must be thinking of Midoriya right now, right? Kind of thinking what he would do in this situation. Do you have feelings for him or something similar? Pretty much just asking if she's developed a crush on Midoriya. And it threw her for such a loop that she freaked out. Let go of the railing she was on, flying towards the teacher, but of course, with their quirk being as dangerous as it was, stopped it immediately. And with the training she got from the internship, was able to counter the teacher and was able to get them the pass. But so then, when they went back to the rest area, and the others were like, "Hey, what happened? You kind of looked like you got distracted. What happened?" And she remembered, and she of course was like putting it off, like, "Oh no no no, nothing happened. It's all good, guys." But Froppy was there. She was like, "Hmm." She's like, "No." By that reaction, something happened.
せっかく時間が余ったんだからね。有意義に使わないともったいないぜ。てなわけで、先生が栄華つけてあげよう。まずは浦中君、ジオ君、アスイ君だ。で、相手は
俺がやろう。
相葉先
時間を合理的に使うのは大歓迎だ。
生、つゆちゃん、ジロちゃん、やろう。
さあ、お勉強の時間といこうか。
聞くなんて選択肢ないから。
一芸だけじゃ務まる。
レディークラッシ
先生は見ててくれ。
Holy shit, he got me from jump. Damn, took so much health.
大作戦だ。来るかよ。
こ
あ旧大点ってところか。
なんとかなったわね。二人とも偉いわ。昨日の今日でこんなハードなの。
That's true.
この調子で林間合宿も厳しくやっていくぞ。ちゃんとついてこい。
来ます。
ナンバーワンヒーロー。
Ooh.
その存在にずっと漠然と憧れてた。けど今は先生で目の前にいて、そしてついに
What if Fight On Boys looks like a lot of people? I always looked up to All Might as the #1 hero around. But now he's here, standing right in front of me as a teacher, and we get to fight him. Okay. Ooh, let's go Tokoyami.
ストーリー。
Right, we got the girl version. Now this is the boys version.
突如始まったオールマイト主催のレクリエーション。ていうかこれレクじゃなくてただの戦闘訓練じゃんか。
いいね、少女たち。雷少年、霧島少年、常闇少年。お次は少年たちの番だぜ。
特に雷霧島は赤点なんだ。しっかりやれよ。常闇、二人のサポートしてやれ。
Right.
オールマイトとついに戦える。
英雄豪傑に挑むか。ダークシャドウ、頂点に食らいつくぞ。さあ、前期最後の戦闘訓練だぜ。張り切ってかかってきな、優勢ランドも。漆黒の闇に染まる。私が来た。
Oh, come on. Holy holy shit gets me every time. That is crazy.
もう己の糧に
やるじゃないか、サニーとも。昨日の半分ぐらいのギアだな。さて、お昼の時間だぜ。
故郷無双もっと強くなりてえ。
林間合宿スタート。僕は個性を、その使い方を。
Okay.
林間合宿ス
You
タ
know
ー
what?
ト。
I think we'll stop here.
僕は個性を、その使い方を。もらってここまで来た。
So we practically went through the
僕の頑張り次第だ。
oh, we're waiting for this. Okay, so with that, looks like we basically went through the second half of season 2. What we did with Stain and then the exams. So from this forward, we'll be going over the events happening in season 3. So I thought maybe that'd be a good place to stop for today. So we'll pick up tomorrow. And we'll just pick up exactly with them, starting with the training camp.
この
コスチュームやアクセサリーの変更でどっ可愛くカスタマイズしてみましょう。カスタマイズに興味ありと。どっかわいいカスタマイズを。
You can actually put these on him. I can't. Interesting.
コスチュームやアクセサリーの変更でどっ可愛くカスタマイズしてみましょう。
All right. Let's put that, then that. Let's move this back here. Alright, and with that, we are done for tonight. So, like I said, we'll pretty much pick up where the beginning of season 3 will kind of well, that's where season 3 starts. In the beginning, it's where they have the training camp. So we'll just start off from there. But honestly, I'm having fun. I'm really enjoying this. I didn't think it was gonna start where it did. I thought we were gonna start from like maybe the very beginning, go through a little bit of season 1, but we just, at least this game, totally skipped season 1, and it actually skipped the sports fest that they did in season that they did in season 2. But immediately hopped into the second part of season 2, which was the internships, the Hero Killer Stain, the final exams that they all did, and then pretty much it looks like the rest of this might continue on going over the rest of what happens in season 3, which would be the training camp, them getting attacked by the League of Villains, Bakugo getting kidnapped, them trying to find a way to rescue him, and then what I'm assuming which will be like the final story, like final part of the main story for this would be the final fight. Not the final fight. The fight that they had All Might and All For One had at the end of, not the end. Like I think that was like basically half of season 3. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe it'll continue on, finish up the rest of season 3. From what I'm understanding, and I think the second game starts up with season 4. So we get the whole I forgot his name. Not the Yakuza. I thought it really was. Or was it Yakuza? We deal with Eri, we deal with the Cork erasing bullets, and we deal with Million and all that. So, but yeah, so that's gonna be enough for me. Like I said, we'll pick up this up right after, not after, tomorrow, or at least in my time, tomorrow, today, or tonight. But yeah, so thank you again for everyone who came, whether you watched me here on Twitch or on YouTube. Remember, I do simul stream on both, so you can check me out on either or. But that's gonna be it for me. I do hope everyone had a good rest day, night, evening, wherever you are. Stay safe, and I will see you all next time. Good night, everyone.